Hey everybody, it's Pastor Tim. I am here to continue on with the Spark Story Bible. Remember, yesterday we learned a story about Moses and the Israelites. And after they escaped the Red Sea, they were wandering around and they were really hungry, and they complained that they were hungry and thirsty. So what did God send them? Do you remember? He sent them two things to eat. First, a kind of bird. Do you remember the name of the bird? It was called quail. And then the next morning, a flaky substance appeared on the ground. Do you remember what that was called? It was called manna. And so God sent them quail and manna to eat while they were in the desert after they escaped from the Red Sea before they got to the promised land. And then they were thirsty. And out in the desert, there's not a lot of water. So do you remember where Moses got water from? He took his staff and he struck a rock, and water came from the rock, and the people were able to drink. So now we're going to continue the story of Moses and the Hebrews, or the Israelites, as they make their way to the promised land after escaping slavery in Egypt. And today's story is called the Ten Commandments. And so you've probably heard of the Ten Commandments before. So we're going to learn how the Israelites got the Ten Commandments and how Moses gave it to them. The Israelites were on their way to the land God had promised them. It was a long way with God watching over them. The men, women, and children walked and walked and walked on hot, dry land. When they got tired and needed rest, they would set up tents and camp together under the stars. While they were camping at the bottom of a mountain called Mount Sinai, something incredible happened. On the morning of the third day that they were there, a dark cloud covered the mountain. Crash, boom, bang! Lightning and thunder filled the sky. The people were afraid. Suddenly, the voice of God called Moses. God asked Moses to climb to the top of the mountain. So Moses grabbed his walking stick and climbed up. So look, here they are camping in tents. And here is Moses walking up the mountain. Do you remember the name of the mountain? Mount Sinai. And here are the people watching him go up. When Moses got to the top of the mountain, God said, "Moses, listen up. I have important rules for you and the people to live by. You can turn to this list to know how to love God and how to love each other. Do your best to follow this list. It won't be easy, but I am with you and I love you." Then God gave Moses a list of 10 special rules called the 10 Commandments. I am God, the only God. Honor me above all other things and people. Number 2, there are no other gods for you, only me. 3, my name is special. Don't use it with bad words or mean talk. Number 4, take a day of rest each week. Call it the Sabbath and make it a special day for God. 5, show your mom, dad, and others who take care of you love and respect. 6, don't hurt others with your words or actions. 7, if you get married, you must be loyal to your husband or wife. 8, don't take things that aren't yours. 9, tell only the truth about your family, friends, and even those you don't know. 10, be happy with what you have. Don't wish for things that other people have. What do you think of that list? Do you have a favorite one on it, or one that's easier or harder than others? And with that, the dark cloud went away. Moses walked down the mountain. The people were still scared from the dark clouds and thunder, but Moses said, "Don't be afraid. God has given us special rules to teach us how to live together in peace." Moses told the people about God's rules, and they did their best to follow them. So there is Moses coming down with the 10 Commandments, and here are the people that he's talking to. Remember, we always have a star here to follow, to read afterwards. Which of the 10 commandments is the most difficult for you to follow? Why? So go back and play. If you want to hear the 10 commandments again, rewind it, or just go back and listen to those 10 commandments again, and then say, which one do you think is the hardest to follow? And why is it the hardest for you to follow? Let us end with a word of prayer. Dear God, you help us to get along with others. You give us guidelines to help provide ways in which we should treat others. Help us to follow those guidelines so all people may know they are loved by you. Amen. Thank you for watching again today. Be on the lookout tomorrow as we continue our story through the Spark Story Bible. Have a great day, everybody.